What's going on, everybody? Jared, RedRacer Video. Thanks for joining me for another one. Today we are talking about catch cans. If you're running a late model LS or LT engine, and there's probably a lot of other engines that benefit from it as well, but if you're running one of those engines and you're not running this, you are missing the boat. You are completely screwing up, in my opinion. I mean, I'm about to show you stuff that I don't think you can argue. You can't explain away. But Jared, RedRacer Video, catch cans. Let's get into it. Alright guys, like I said, thanks for joining me. Get the YouTube stuff out of the way like I always do. Please hit the like, please hit subscribe if you like the content you see here today. Like is crucial for a creator. I mean, if we don't get likes, I mean, that helps us immensely. That puts us in front of other people. It lets other people looking for catch can videos know this video is somewhat on point or makes some sense or provides some information. So please, if you like the information, like the content, hit like. Furthermore, if you like me, like what I'm bringing, and like the stuff we talk about, there's going to be tons of stuff like this coming, so please hit subscribe as well. Now that that's out of the way, catch cans. That's what we're talking about today. Let's get into it. My car, 2016 1SS Camaro. It has been through quite a checkered history that is very well documented here on this channel. But it is currently a fully forged bottom end, supercharged at 16 pounds, methanol injected, late model engines. I don't know if I already said that. Built monster. Car makes on E85 it would probably be over 800 wheel, both foot and or horsepower and torque. But with where we're at right now, the car makes 772 and 788, and I believe Jordan said the ethanol content was reading E50. So I'm pretty confident saying this is an 800 wheel car with good ethanol or good E85 in it. But that's where we're at. My system, like I said, Elite Engineering catch can. I'm running the E2 can, and it is plumbed. I'm gonna have to flip the camera around to show it to you here, but mine is set up with both the inlet and the outlet in the top. I just saw another 2016 Camaro with an E2 can on it yesterday at JDP that had the one on the top and one on the side for the inlet outlet. Judge me all you want, I can't remember which one's which, but anyhow, E2 catch can, if you look in there you can see that my can is not on it. My can is here. I've already opened this up. If you look in here, your cans are not going to look this way. My can looks like this because I've already pulled out the straining device that screws up into the base of the can, and I'll show you why. But so that's down inside of here. Normally when you pull your can out, you wouldn't see this in here. This would be down inside, or you would just open it and you would just see a can. If you look in my can, it's kind of hard sometimes to tell how much is in there, but you can see there is oil in there. So if you didn't have this catch can on your car, all of this oil, and I'll show you how much. Well, actually, you can see it on here. That much oil, so I'm going to dip it back down in here. So it's sitting down in the bottom. I'm not touching it, right? It's just chilling down in the bottom. Bring it up. See all the oil come off, but turn it sideways. You can immediately see how deep it is, right? So this is, I'm going to call that almost a ½ inch. That's a ½ inch of oil that this catch can has collected that would have otherwise, instead of going through and being plumbed through here, would have just gone up through and back up through the top of this engine, in through my supercharger, gone off through everything that's in the supercharger, mixed up with all that heated and compressed air, gone down into the engine. And so instead of having clean, not oily, dirty air go into the engine, I would have oily, dirty air going into the engine. And these engines, if you guys don't know, these LS and LT, well, not LS, sorry, these LT engines, they LT1s, LT4s are all the same. Because you're injecting directly into the cylinder, you are not, the port injected systems would spray fuel and it would get on the back of the valves. And that fuel has, you know, it's nasty stuff. It burns up and has cleaners and additives, and with the heat and with everything that goes on, it would help clean valves. It doesn't keep them like clean. If you look inside engines, they're nasty. I mean, the inside of those things look like there's been, you know, millions and millions and millions. I can't even imagine how many explosions have gone off inside of there, but that's what they look like. But the backside of valves on these direct injected cars are even worse because there's no fuel ever hitting the back of them. You don't have stuff hitting the back of them. My car's better because I run methanol injection. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, go look in my videos down below or on the side or wherever it is. Sorry for not knowing. I just uploaded a video about methanol injection, and it'll explain some of those benefits, but methanol would be spraying on the back of the valves. That would be helping me, but I get off course. What I meant to say and why I bring it up is this Catch Can catches all kinds of oil that I just showed you from going through the engine, from getting on the supercharged rotors, getting mixed in with all that oil and stuff. Whew. So I think before the outburst that I just did, because people were blazing through my neighborhood, you probably saw that in the video. I'm hoping I got some of that. Anyway, you have a whole bunch of oil that would otherwise be going through your engine. These Catch Cans catch them. I watch people argue these things. Not a lot. I think the majority are getting it, and they understand that these Catch Cans are beneficial and they're necessary. But there are a lot of people that I see that are just, you know, think it's a sham, it's a waste of money, and blah, blah, blah. First of all, it's only 150 bucks. And I know JDP well. The Catch Cans, those companies, by the time they pay someone to do their shipping and receiving and all that stuff, and you literally, they might get a cheeseburger out of the deal. I mean, these companies are not trying to sell people snake oil by selling Catch Cans. That is just not what they're doing, because there's no money in them. They're beneficial. You cannot look at this oil, look at that oil, and tell me that that was not something you didn't want going through your engine. You know what I mean? You just can't. In 1,500 miles, I only put a ½ inch of oil in this can. That is awesome. This is a great engine. I've seen people fill these though in that time. I mean, every engine is different. And if you do fill one, don't like freak out. It doesn't mean your engine's blowing up. But it does mean you have a little more blow by, and it might be something just maybe to keep an eye on and make sure you're checking oil levels and things like that. That's it, you know. But, you know, I have had it more in there at times. I've gone and done some really crazy things in another country called Mexico that's somewhere around here. May or may not have done somewhere between 180 and 195 miles an hour. So, you know, again, I say that to illustrate the fact that I'm hard on this thing. And there's been times where there's been more oil, but it's not like it's ever been so much that I've looked in there and been like, oh, you know, it's not crucial. Great system. You don't want that oil in your car. Elite Engineering is the goods. Love them. Use them. I'll put a link in the description to this Elite Engineering Catch Can and how you can get it. There's the bottom of it just to show you. So it runs all down through here, goes through all those things, dumps down through the barrel, which is full of all those things, gets down to the bottom, dumps out of that into your can. Put this down under here. Kind of just get it in there. Gently turn a little as you're wiggling it around so that you don't cross thread it. When it finds its home, it kind of just starts going in. You know, you just feel it. Like right now, I can tell it's just up in there now. So I'll keep screwing it on there until I get some resistance. I'm sure you don't want to wrench it. I honestly don't know. I'm sure Elite Engineering tells you somewhere, but I'm not getting it tight. I'm just waiting until it stops and then making sure it's snug a little. And I'm done. I'm not gonna put, you know, really any tension on there. You can see now that's in there. Pretty snug. There's not tons of room in here for stuff like this, but it's a good system. It looks clean. We went with the E2 can with the black AN fittings. You notice they're black. They're probably a $20 or $30 upgrade. I wouldn't recommend spending the money on the braided or steel lines. Honestly, they might kind of look cool, but they're a lot harder to work with. They're not pliable and they're kind of annoying. These rubber hoses just work good. They route good. You can put a little zip tie on them, keep them clean, have them just, I mean, people looking at this, unless they know what they're looking for, don't even know what's there, and I love that. You know, I'm kind of not going for flashy. There are some engine dressing things I'd like to add, like the piece that makes these ugly parts that look underthought go away. But other than that, I'm just kind of like to keep it black and keep it OE looking guy, so it's kind of the goal. But anyways, putting it back on here. You do kind of have to pick your angle because it's snug, but it's not difficult. I come in from the side, come up again. You just kind of start turning a little as you're putting just a teeny bit of tension on it, and when it finds its spot, it'll just start threading on. Sometimes you got to make sure you're not screwing it the wrong way like I just was. There we go, finally got it. Again, just softly turning it, no reason to go crazy. It turns pretty good. You can tell you're not cross-threaded. When it gets to the top again, this one just stops. I mean, there's really no even tightening it after it gets up there. When it gets there, it'll again, it's not necessarily a click, but it is like a firm, like when you get to the end, you know, it's a firm bump up against the stop. And then I always just, you know, bump, make sure there's just tight tension on it again, and then leave it alone, because this is going to get hot and expand and contract, so I would think you wouldn't want to like wrench it on there. But that's it. Spin this around and say goodbye. Thanks for watching the video. Elite Engineering's E2 can is the can I run again. Highly recommend you do that. Very nice, very clean, looks OE. Unless you pull it all apart, there's usually no mess. Check them out, link in the description. Please guys, like, subscribe if you like the content. Share it with your friends. Thank you guys so much again. Happy birthday, Mom, I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. Jared, RedRacer video. Catch you guys on the next one. You got to go with the name you can quickly trust. I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stop wasting your money on